9:51. Let's keep it going on the phones here and go over to the Vice President of the Mayor's Council of Guam, Sinanya Sin City in the house.
Half a day. Good morning.
Good morning. Mayor Hofmann.
Yes.
Just your take, Memorial Day weekend, were people adhering to the wear the mask and the social distancing, just in your observation going around?
Not that I saw, and that's really unfortunate. I think that most of my mayors are having challenges with public parks, and we actually even seeing a lot of littering and trashing, and it's just, I mean, I'll send you pictures later on, but yeah, it's heartbreaking to see that. And, I know people are anxious to get out and about, but at the same time, despite the number of trash cans that are available and the signs posted, we're still facing that issue as well. And it's hard to get the workers to go out there and kind of just keep doing this constantly, because otherwise the trash will either fly into the ocean or into the road.
Yeah, the beach down the road from my house, man, it's been so clean for COVID. Now that people are starting to get back to their old ways, your dirty habits, leaving trash, man, it just bummed me out. And there was a moment, and I had to kick myself where I thought, God, I missed COVID, because before, when we were in the COVID, nobody was doing this stuff.
Yep, and people are leaving, and then we're finding gloves and masks, and people are just disposing it anywhere and everywhere they can. And so, it's risky for our employees, it's risky for the people who try to help out, and so now it's just us surrounding of volunteers here and there. And even Tuman especially is experiencing a high amount of people leaving litter and everything behind, and we're just dumbfounded at why. I mean, we don't understand.
Mm-hmm. And is the responsibility of cleaning these parks, is it still Parks and Recs?
It's various agencies depending what park is under who. But most of the mayors step in because, it's embarrassing. It's in your village, so you kind of want to play a role and step in. But it's just, like the Maritzo mayor's having such a difficult time. The Muning mayor's having such a difficult time. So, and it's not just beaches. I mean, these are just regular parks that people either go to exercise or, spend the time. It's nice to see people out and about more. I see more people biking. We see more people exercising, but now it's just become a little bit too crowded in some of the areas. And I think, we try to find a way to social distance, because Aston Park is usually very busy it wasn't as much, but now it's just like really overloaded with people exercising that you really can't really safe social distance there as much anymore.
Right. Mayor, so who do we call on the enforcement end? Because, man, my phone was blowing up this weekend. People were telling me, there's a gathering here. There's and we're popping these pictures up now. I know it's not your village. We're going to get Mayor Louise on. But over in the Jimmy D's area, I don't know if this is a Parks and Rec thing or if it's a subcontract to a private company. But, man, just the trash from over the weekend.
Yes,
crazy.
And so we're going to be looking at that. That's something we're going to be talking about. And I know the Mayor's Council, we're trying to find a safe way to start having our meetings again. So we're probably going to hold it. I think they're looking to hold it the first one at my office in our community center, senior center, since it's large enough to safely, socially distance everybody in one person per folding table and spaced out correctly. I think it's going to be the first time we're actually going to get to meet in person since early March. So, and there's going to be a lot of issues brought up. One of the things on our radar is the recycling revolving fund and ramping up. Usually it's a summertime program. We're trying to front load it now as quickly as possible so we can get while people are home, and not necessarily that being jobless is a good thing or anything, but it gives them an opportunity to know what they can. And so we're hoping to get those contracts in place in the next 2 weeks.
Have you guys had any briefings from the front office on anything they're doing?
No, we get our information just from the Joint Information Center, and we just been fielding calls, fielding requests up through the general chats and stuff. So when we did have that spike of people, that did raise concern with a lot of my colleagues and trying to find out more information. And I was just actually reading some news this morning. Apparently the sharing of information is a problem nationwide, because even in states, they're debating it. Some people even went to court for disclosing some of these things. And some of the states were easily, disclosing the information. So we're trying to figure out why HIPAA and what's all this other stuff about, cannot say. So I think New York was the best example. They were able to show county and area, and it helped people fight and take precautions. So I think, and then some of the other states, they were just bad about releasing information and the disclosure. So I guess.
So where do you think we're at, Mayor? Like maybe in the middle somewhere, or?
Well, I don't know if you saw in the last release, they actually had a Google Docs attached to the release, what actually showed the breakdown village. It actually gave a lot more information than normally released. So it was kind of a good roadmap. It's a start, better late than never, but I noticed that there was an actual attachment to the Google Docs on that JIC release. So you might want to take a look at that. And, although we know that these are the existing cases, a lot, there's testing is an issue. We're out. That was one of the things we were trying to do, is get the homeless to get tested, those that at risk. So that's going to be our efforts this week, and was our efforts last week.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of homeless, have you heard, is there anything new?
No, there is nothing new. I wish we could report something new. We're just trying to find our way in the dark also on this. We did actually come across a few more families that are homeless, which is sad. Some people living in their cars, parked in areas, and some of them with teenagers and stuff like that. And we were trying to figure out how they got evicted in the middle of this, when evictions are not supposed to be allowed. But I guess they're staying with family members also, who also fell on hard times, who can no longer afford to kind of have them in the household. So we were trying our best to get services to them over the weekend, and unfortunately the government's kind of closed. So hopefully today we'll get some social workers out there to do some outreach.
Mm-hmm. Wow. What about the issue of double pay? I know that the Mayor's Council of Guam, they wrote a letter to the legislature, I think it was last week. Did you guys get any feedback other than Senator Jocelyn Augustine's bill?
We know everyone's kind of looking at it in a way. We understand there's a lot of people in front of us on this, the doctors, the nurses, the people who had to do the emergency medical personnel that had to do the transport, and a lot of the workers at GMH, who not just the medical staff, but all the support staff there as well. So we're kind of in a long line and list of people. So if it happens, it happens, and we just wanted to make sure that we fought for our workers and our employees, and because no matter what is with pandemic, a typhoon, you name it, we're out there no matter what on it. So we're just trying to see what's fair and equitable for everyone. So we're joining the cause. I don't think we've joined the lawsuit yet or anything, but we did raise our voices on it. So we'll wait to see what the Senate does.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to get out?
How about in the village, Mayor? What you got going on in the village?
Here we actually had a quick phone meeting with the Department of Labor. I don't know if you know, we launched our little help desk at our office. We set up workstations. So this week we should be meeting with some of the people from Labor to train us how to use the information and the computers, so we can actually help with intake and help with processing. Sinahanya residents only, unfortunately, because that's what I'm geared to do and to handle. But they're also looking for other places to host these kind of help desks, and unfortunately some of my colleagues, they either lack space or personnel, and it's a true fact on it. And Dededo is overwhelmed. They're more than, we've said that Labor is more than welcome to use the Istanbul gym for processing, but however, she only can lend you the gym. She can't lend staff because they're busy processing verifications and all the other support documents that are needed. And we're still handling the Manamco centers and the adult daycare centers. So that's something that kind of consumes a lot of our time in 12 of the villages. So we're hoping Labor was able to kind of find some more temporary personnel, or have the government reassign some personnel to some of these areas and set up some computer stations. But we're looking forward to learning about the PUA program this week, and the FPOC program this week. And once we know, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right, Mayor.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. And as we get information, we'll gladly let you know.
Sure.
I know everyone's looking forward to the recycling, because that's one of our biggest.
Are you seeing this on the comments then? Some people are saying, hey, with the trash at the beaches, let's get some recycle bins out there separate, because a lot of people are already used to separating the trash, and there's been issues with the pickup during the COVID. So that is a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, right now solid waste still isn't picking up the recycling bins at the residential areas that
Right.
people pay for, and so it's hard to kind of ask people to keep doing this. And I understand their frustration that people are just, and I think that's the thing that we're going to probably see. People are going to stop paying some bills, and some of the bills they're going to stop paying are the solid waste bills because that's something they'd rather keep the lights on and the power on. So we're going to probably experience this in a few more weeks.
Yeah, I don't know if there are people out there who think that everyone's okay now, but Mayor, I got to say, people are still really struggling. I know that the stimulus has been a little shot in the arm, but for a lot of people, that was too little, too late.
Yep, and the food lines are a testament to that. The fact that many people avail themselves to the commodities and what's being unveiled, what's going to be organized there in Tizen. We did get a request from GDOE for support for canopies and for logistical support for chairs and tables, stuff like that. So I know that they were looking to the mayors that are actually in those villages to kind of help shore up those operations there. So that's something we're looking at. We're just concerned about the traffic patterns that were released, and we hope that maybe it can be kind of further reviewed and done because Tizen is very hard to get in and out. It was hard to get in and out during the carnival, and
Right.
I can imagine getting in and out just for food distribution lists.
Too many turns in there. It's too many turns.
Yes. So, I'm glad GPD is going to kind of step up
Right.
and step in to help with traffic. But those are some of the things we're going to be working on this week.
Okay, thanks, Mayor.
I appreciate it. Thank
Okay,
you.
Esther.
care.
Have a good
Okay.
one. Esther.
Hey, let's keep wash your hands. Let's keep it with mayors here, and we'll go now to Tamuning Mayor Luis Rivera.